we stand on the literal threshold of the former home of Erassi Cordara. The for those with the knowledge of the cult know that she was overtaken by something not of this world. And with that, we're going to roll engagement. So, using the purification approach, is this plan overly bold or daring?
Based on what just happened to Crow, just nose bleed, eye bleed, you know, I feel like it's pretty bold.
We just
And former cult member.
getting in. Yeah, getting in, just like.
If we use a little bit of meta knowledge that we know, thinking about what Erassi turned into, I can't think of many more things that are more daring.
Yeah, no, that was exactly what was going through my head. We're getting ready to invade the home of the former home of a forgotten god now, essentially.
The vessel of a forgotten god, or just a demon, who knows? Maybe both?
They're kind of one and the same, it just depends on how powerful they are.
Okay,
you're asking.
Does this plan exploit a vulnerability or hit your target where they're weakest?
What is our target? Is the house our target?
That would... the way it's phrased, yeah.
I mean...
Sounds like we're just trying to go through the front door, so...
Yeah.
No, I honestly can't say we're hitting getting this where it's weakest. I mean, we don't really have a lot of information on what's going on inside or anything like that.
All we have is a bird that we followed.
That we want to unanimously murder.
At least it won't be me this time. Can any of your friends or allies provide assistance?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so, because we just went on a whim.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have probably... There might be a discussion if there would have been time for me to go talk to them, but a reconciled ghost might be of some assistance here, depending.
Depends if you would like to take a few moments to... If you would like to act now, or if you would like to step away and potentially contact some of your allies.
No, we're here. We're answering the questions. Let's do this. Let's not backtrack.
Okay. And finally, are there any other factors you would like to consider?
Does the crow count?
Crow led you here. It's done.
So, before we get any further, do we want to enact a lockdown?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Standard procedure, I feel like.
So, I mean, that would be the only thing. I know it doesn't affect the engagement roll, but I do feel like this is where we would mention it because it does affect a lot of things.
Of course. So with that,
bad engagement.
It is, yeah, it's a 2.
Yeah.
Classic. No.
We haven't had a desperate start yet.
Don't.
Well, this is the time. This is the time for it. Let's as Sasha stepping into the house, opening the door, is silent, save for the occasional creak from the floor as the house settles once again. stand in a long corridor. There is a series of very, very ostentatious portraits, busts that line the corridors, several vases which hold now long dead, wilted flowers. A carpet thick with dust. What would you like to do?
I guess with that and the overgrown plants outside, I'd come to the conclusion that there hasn't been anyone here for a while.
Seemingly so.
But it's still good to be careful, so I'll just turn back to the rest. Seems empty, but still be careful.
The rest of you, let's do. Gaz, Crow, Caroline.
I'd like to check for any sign of maybe spirits activity. There's
Go for it.
just,
Let's say this is a desperate action.
okay. Is a tune
Yep.
good pick? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. There is certainly, as you stand there, the way that you perceive the world begins to shift as the colour seemingly bleeds away from it, similarly to what happened to Crow before. And you hear the voices. You see the flittering silhouettes of figures as they surround you, disappearing in and out of your peripheral vision. Some of them walk across the corridor ahead of you. Many of them seem to be still nursing injuries sustained in life. One of them walks along doubled over, seemingly holding their stomach together as they become shadowy and spectral once again.
Wow.
Are there any that you would like to engage with?
Yeah, the one clutching its stomach.
As it begins to discorporate, turns and looks towards you. The eyes look to have been eaten away, and blood seems to be smeared down the mouth, running down its neck. As its jaw kind of opens up, you see that the tongue as well has been eaten. What would you like to say?
Karen's going to ask, is she still here?
Not her. Something else.
In the house?
Looks around. All around you. All around us. That's Gaz. Is there anything you'd like to do?
Yeah. I already know how this goes. I already have my weapon out. We've entered a spooky house in the middle of a spooky town. I'm just getting ready for a fight, and I'm kind of just like poking things, like flipping them over, just trying to observe. Huh?
If you want to, you can make a check there. If you'd like to look for something in particular. But up to you.
I'm gonna do a survey. 2.
As you turn over an old book, which itself has been opened up and sits underneath the sits on a old side table, you're taken aback for a moment as a large rat looks up at you, beady black eyes, and then scurries down the back, like disappears down the back of this table cabinet.
If there's rats everywhere, why is eel still cheaper? I don't get it.
You do know that
What?
never mind.
Okay.
Maybe that's because the eel are easier to catch.
Easier to catch, and they also taste like very bitter mud.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crow kind of, from the entrance, kind of, still wearing his mask, obviously, stands at the doorway. Doesn't enter it. He's a little bit... He's not there at the moment. He's entering a relatively fancy mansion. And that can't help but make him think of Dimmer Mansion. So he doesn't actually see Erassi's house right now. He sees Dimmer Mansion instead. He's kind of stuck there at the precipice of the doorway, just kind of staring in, not really there at this moment.
And as you stand, you think you can see at the end of the corridor, grand staircase splits off and goes up goes up halfway and then splits off 2 further ways to the next story. You think you see walking down and then back up the black garb and porcelain white mask of a Dimmer sister.
If anybody's not looking at Crow at this moment, all you would hear is the flicking of a baton. Go ahead and check that off my sheet. The humming of electricity, maybe a little bit, maybe the faint smell of ozone, as Crow bolts forward towards the Dimmer sister that he sees.
As you round the stairs, you go up after her. And you see her at the end of the corridor turn, look back towards you. You see that mask behind the veil with a single teardrop running down the cheek. She opens the door.
I'm gonna try to close the distance and swing.
Go for it.
Yes. Oh.
As you do, you catch the robes and the mask that clatters to the ground as the figure seemingly disappears. And as you turn around to look and you turn back, you see that the room you are in is now empty. No clothes, no mask.
Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Come out, wherever you are.
As you look around the room itself, what looks to be, one time, a study of sorts. There's a large map of the Shattered Isles, framed and mounted up on one wall, and dislodged slightly, and you can just see in the walls the slight glimmers. The minimal light is reflected into more of those beady black eyes watching you within the walls. At which point we're going to jump back to the others. Sasha is there.
So
In the corridor downstairs, Crow just pushed past you, ran up the stairs, rounded the corner, and disappeared into the darkness of the house.
Is there like a stairs going up? Is it like a 2-story building?
Oh, there's multiple stories, yeah. So the stairway is at the end of this corridor, where the room opens up into this grand entrance hall. And at the far end of that entrance hall is a flight of stairs that sort of goes halfway and then splits up 2 ways to the next story.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the big grand staircase.
I'm gonna assume that Caroline's doing her thing. I'm gonna go up to Gaz. Hey, could you Crow just went in there. You just on him? I'm gonna check up.
He went. He just ran off in the middle of this. He ran off ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Baz starts jogging towards him, towards where Crow went.
As you round the top of the stairs, a voice acknowledges you as you turn the corner to double back the same way that you saw Crow disappear off into the darkness. The voice from the shadows is, "You could have done well if you worked together." Could have made enough money. You could have seen your precious Cloudspire.
Ignoring the fact of where we are. I don't understand. Now's not the time for profit, as I keep on trying to run back over to where I think Crow is.
It's as you walk past the door, you catch sight of the heavy moustache, cue ball head, arms folded, sort of looking, examining his nails. Why exactly are you doing this? What do you hope to gain? You could make money, you could leave. Or Dusk falls.
I could. And I was planning on it, but some things happened. I lost a hand.
I'll be in the arena.
My right jab wasn't going to be as it would. I thought I was done for, but they, the guys, they came through and got me a replacement. So I'm gonna see this through at least, as and that means I have to get through you as I run up and start to try to take a swing at him.
Oh, and as you do, just steps back into a room which you now stand in alone. And in that silence, you hear the scratching in the walls. Sasha, Caroline.
Yeah. Good.
I'm assuming Caroline has snapped off whatever trance she was in.
The two of you, as your eyes smolder with that sight unseen visions, the smoke begins to dissipate, and you see the world as the color returns. Yes, you are back in the present.
This place completely infected. We can't afford to split up. We have to get back. Where are the other? Where are they not here anymore? Where have they went? We can't split up. It's too dangerous.
Wait, are you talking to me?
Yes, I am talking to you.
Oh no. No. I went up to the stairs going up.
Yeah,
Oh.
so yeah.
Where is everybody?
I thought you were talking to a ghost.
No, I thought Gaz had went on by himself, and
Yeah.
she was still there. Okay, so I'm on my own, but I'm saying kind of the same thing, but to myself. And my two
Too late,
options are up and where the boys went, I guess, or is there anywhere else?
As you run to catch up with Sasha, as you run one foot in front of the other, up to you. You can either make a check or give me a resistance. As you round the corner of the stairs, nearly catching up with Sasha, you feel the floor bow, and there's the splintering of wood as it begins to give way beneath you.
What kind of check it could be?
finesse or prowl, likely, or you can give me a prowess resistance.
Going with prowl to just try to jump out of it.
Okay, up to you, Sasha. If you want, you can assist with this one to offer a hand as you hear that wood splintering and
Yeah.
the house creak. So you take 1 stress and you get a bonus die to your roll, Caroline.
Okay. Oh. Yes. Okay, it's a crit.
Okay.
Oh, so if you have, as you throw yourself forward, the central platform of the stairwell gives way, falling below. You hear the wood clattering down, and as the two of you look over, and your eyes are accustomed to the darkness below, you see that the floor is a writhing mass. Black and grey fur crawling over itself.
Wait.
Hey. You. I thought you were doing something, so I left. I'm gonna
Where-
go.
Where are the others?
Crow just ran past, so I told Gaz to go after.
We can't. This place they're everywhere. We have to get
Hey.
everybody. We have to.
It's okay.
Can't.
I'm sure they'll be. What happened? What did
Oh,
you
you
say?
don't get it. She's here. She's everywhere. Can't be reckless. They looked all terrible. They were infected, and they didn't even have their eyes left. And they told me that she was here, but she was different. And now it's everywhere.
Kind of contemplating between going after. Yeah, it's a good split. Two and two. We can divide it.
As
Really
you
grips your arm and like stay very close.
As you begin to ascend the stairs with that central bit now collapsed, you swear for a moment, Sasha, that the stairs change. The luscious carpet that was on them seems to give way for a moment, and you're walking on old floorboards that creak with every step. Also feels narrower as you as you look around, the walls seem to be simple wooden boards that have warped with years of damp and lack of maintenance, and you know this place. The Weeping Lady's home for forgotten children.
I look at. She's still with me?
Caroline, you see Sasha look around, uncertain of everything.
The room still looks the same to me, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You're at the top of the stairs.
Is there anything in the air that could make me think that some supernatural thing is playing with us?
Make me a check if you want to. I'm gonna say desperate action here.
Okay.
So remember to mark the.
Yeah.
Uh,
Desperate. I'm going with a tune, if that's all right.
Yeah, for sure.
Desperate.
Um,
Okay.
Sorry. As from the darkness, a figure seems to slide forward. You see that this gliding motion is as this figure comes towards you, arms folded, and the gliding caused by a sea of rats that swarm under her feet. Is this what you expected? Rats crawl out of the fine Eruvian silks that she wears.
I'm going to put myself in front of Sasha, shielding her, and ask, "What are you?"
You should know. You helped bring me into this world.
What do you want?
Watch the world burn and build it back new. Have you not seen the corruption?
Tony,
This world is dying at my hand. And when it has, only then can it be purified.
I have a hard time imagining what kind of purification it would look like from someone like you.
Everything dies and rots away. This is just speeding along the process.
Everything dies, it's true, but everything is then reborn. Things just rotting. It's not the natural course of things. They think.
Are you really so satisfied living in your little wooden shack when some are surrounded by this? Indicates the house. You could have been part of a new world.
A wooden shack doesn't need riches to be home. And this looks like a tomb, nothing else.
Have it your way. You've made your choice. As she dissolves into rats that scurry about, scattering, disappearing into walls, behind paintings, under cabinets. And once again, you're silent, just dust motes hanging in the air. Let's go back to alone in the study, Crow. A voice from behind you. You cannot save her.
That's what you think. Crow doesn't fully turn around, but turns just enough to look over his shoulder to see if he can see the source of the voice.
Black veil and the white porcelain mask.
I will tear everything down, brick by bloody brick, if I have to.
You know what that would do.
Enlighten me.
As the hand goes up, it's a click as the mask is removed. And Lottie looks at you. Nothing.
Shows how much you know. But then again, I don't actually think that you're a sister.
Once a sister, always a sister.
As she finishes that line, Crow also mockingly, always a sister, type thing. Finally turns fully to face the Dimmer sister there.
As she replaces the mask. You would kill your friend to see us all burn.
See, that's where you're wrong. Sometimes you need to destroy something to bring somebody back. I will make sure that she is not part of the casualties that will be caused. We
You
both
really believe.
Go on.
You really believe that you can save her, that you can bring her back. Of all your friends, of all those that knew her, none of the others remember Lottie Alford.
From one masked figure to another. Just as I have holes in my knowledge of you, you have no idea the power that we have to bring to bear.
I believe it. It's like they say, seeing is believing. And we're going to jump back to Gaz, who... in a secluded room, what looks to be simple for White Crown, likely a guest room or something of that nature. You see, the first thing that you notice are the flies and the smell of bodies around the floor. One figure stands over them. You could have left all this behind. All you have to do is run, get on a train, start again.
Still can. Once we're done here. Done with you.
Once we're done, part of the team, Bluecoats, Spirit Ones, Gaz Colburn. You really think they accept you? The Crowsfoot thug who can throw a punch.
I think I'm useful.
Of course you're useful. You can throw a punch.
I'm fine
When
with
this is
being
over, you
used.
think...
Tools are treated well.
Until they're not needed anymore. And then what? Locked in a shed and forgotten about.
And when they're forgotten about, they can leave.
This is gonna kill you, you know that. You carry on like this. How long? God. A month? A week? A day?
Definitely not
Checks
a
his-
year.
Snaps open his pocket watch, goes, I give you an hour.
I wonder what the others are seeing at this point.
As we're gonna go to Sasha. As at the top of the stairs, a figure sits. Young boy, probably about 7 or 8 years old. Severosi looks at you. You're not actually Tashirosi. Tashirosi have got horns, you don't have any horns.
Try to use my like cover. Not my though. Wait, I'm not. Who would say that I'm?
As he sort of looks towards, looks down the corridor and goes, that's what Thurston said. Thurston said all Tashirosi have horns. And you're not actually a Tashirosi. You're just... no one.
You have just finished listening to this week's episode of Blades in the Dark, What Happens in the Dusk, part of the Domain Gaming, written and told by Livespark. A special thanks to you, the listener, and if you wish to continue supporting us, subscribe, like, and share. As always, comments are welcomed. Until the next chapter.
You've heard the silent song.
We all have the legend, curses.
Some foolishness about a world as it was meant to be.
A city of ghosts.
An illusion that you can begin again.
How much would you give for silence?